I don't remember any of it.
You don't remember?
For you, the day bison graced your village was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday.
Welcome to the Rated G for Gamers podcast, episode 96. Just a reminder before we start that you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google+, and YouTube at Rated G for Gamers. You can always email us at ratedgforgamers@gmail.com. We appreciate all the love. I'm your host, Dave Rotino. This is my co-host, Dan, the podcaster formerly known as Classic Robinson.
Ragnarok. That's
Ragnarok.
my name.
Ragnarok?
Dan, I
Thor.
saw Thor for Ragnarok. Finally. Yes, I know. Finally. I still haven't seen Spider-Man Homecoming.
Really? Oh,
I
you
still
got to
haven't
see
seen
that too.
Spider-Man
That was
Homecoming.
fantastic.
Did you see that? I didn't know you saw
Yeah.
that. You didn't tell me you saw that.
I saw it on my day off from work one day. I was like,
really?
I got this movie pass. You know, I'm like, yeah, why not? I'll see it.
Oh, you didn't tell me. I still didn't see that.
I'm pretty sure. I would see it again, but it's out of theaters, I think.
My video game backlog is crazy, and my movie backlog is crazy. I still haven't seen Wonder Woman. I haven't seen Spider-Man Homecoming.
I haven't seen Wonder Woman. I haven't seen Doctor Strange. So
Doctor Strange is on Netflix. Don't you have Netflix?
I do. I just have to get around to seeing it. Maybe I'll see it tonight. Who knows?
Oh, listen, Doctor Strange is awesome. I just saw Thor Ragnarok. Awesome. Have to see it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, listen.
No spoilers. I know how you
No
want to spoil
spoilers.
things.
I don't like the spoil. Okay, I do like the spoil.
Yeah, you do.
I do. Listen.
Not trying to make you
gotta
out to
see
be
it
the
for
bad guy, but
you got to see it for yourself.
I know.
That's what the thing is.
know.
Like, I don't care if people say, "Hey, this is what happened." Like, but I got to see it for myself.
I mean, I get that. I get that to a point, you know, and I've also made the argument sometimes that, you know, if you spoil the ending of a movie for somebody, you still should be able to go and see that movie and enjoy it, and the movie should be good based on the merits of the movie, not the big twist at the end or whatever, or the big reveal or whatever it is.
Well, I think the big twist should be. I think that should be kept secret. But you could talk about everything else, like Bruce Willis being a ghost. in you know, I see dead people and Bruce Willis is the ghost, and that's why no one else can see him.
Taking it
right?
back
Like,
to the Sixth Sense.
like that part should be kept secret, right? But the whole point that he sees dead people and he's a weird kid and all that stuff, I think that's okay.
See, but you know what though? I would argue that movie is bad because the only thing about that movie is the twist at the end. You know, all it is the build up to that one scene where Bruce Willis is
that he didn't survive the gunshot in the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, you know, in that respect, I don't necessarily think it's a great movie. I enjoy it, but
this is why I had to watch. I mean, listen, I had to watch Thor Ragnarok because we watched the Avengers trailer. Avengers trailer was amazing.
Yes, it was bananas.
And I got to say, when I saw the trailer, this before I saw Thor, I had lots of questions. I was like, why does Thor have an eye patch? That doesn't make any sense.
You gotta watch the previous movie. They all go hand in hand.
I know why Thor has short hair because he had short hair in the Thor Ragnarok trailer. So obviously they cut his hair, or he cut his hair. But why does he have an eye patch? I needed to know why. I will not spoil it, but it does answer the question why he has an eye patch. But that trailer is crazy. Doctor Strange, Iron Man, and finally Guardians of the Galaxy at the end.
I know. Spider-Man's back. I mean, everybody's in it.
Well, you know, Wolverine's not in it.
So well, no, the X-Men aren't in it. No. This is true. But they don't. Disney does not own the X-Men.
They may be in it. They may be in the next Avengers movie, the last one, the fourth one. It was supposed to be part 2, but it's a standalone.
Right.
because Disney is in rumors, the negotiations with Fox to buy all their movie IPs, right?
Well, they technically Wolverine. I mean, maybe I don't know how they would work all that out, but
we can get a good we can get a good X-Men movie.
Well, no. I mean, it just
and good Fantastic Four movies.
Because you bring up X-Men because of Hugh Jackman, because he's awesome and he plays that character well.
Listen, I know he said he would never play it again,
right?
But I think for a shot to be in
inside the Marvel movie, he give it just one more go around.
He'd probably say, "All right, one more time."
Sure. If they get like him in there, and they get like they get Cyclops back, and just a handful of other X-Men, like boom, I'm in.
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen the last Wolverine movie.
Oh my God! What are you doing? I
haven't seen that.
What do you do?
I still haven't seen that. I haven't seen Logan yet,
dude. It was so good. It's brutal.
I know. Yeah. I'm gonna see it. I just haven't seen it yet.
Like that opening scene sets the tone for the whole entire movie, and your jaw's on the floor. You're like, oh, wow, yeah, and it's just it's so good.
I will see it. I will see it.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, listen, I can't wait for the Avengers movie to come out, and it comes out in May. So that's around my birthday.
Mm-hmm. Always,
so maybe
they always seem to kick off the holiday the blockbuster movie season with a Marvel franchise movie.
But before we can see that, you have to see Black Panther. That's coming out in February, and they tie in together with the Avengers movie.
Yeah. I mean, Black Panther looks on fire, and that's. It is gonna tie in and whatever. I don't think they're gonna be doing a lot of Marvel cameos though. So I think his story, it's probably gonna be like an origin thing or whatever, right?
No, it's not an origin thing. He comes back. He is the king of Rwanda. Wakanda. Sorry,
the fictional nation of Wakanda.
The fictional nation. He is the king.
But they're not going to do any like flashbacks to how he got the suit and all that, and I bet they will.
It's not about how he got the suit. I mean, we know what the suit. I mean, that's for the king to wear.
Yeah.
So he is now the king.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm sure they have a flashback maybe of his father dying in the Avengers 2, right?
Right.
I mean, not Avengers 2. Captain America 2.
Right. Civil War.
The Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier. Not
Winter
Civil
Soldier.
War. Yeah, it was Winter Soldier.
What? Oh, okay.
Because remember they tried to blame it on the Winter Soldier, right? But it wasn't him.
No, that was in Civil War.
Hydra. No, you're getting your Marvel movies mixed up. There have been so many.
Man, I know. 22 apparently. 22 in the MCU universe.
No, but they will. No, listen, they have to have Avengers cameos because Captain America and Winter Soldier are in Africa.
I guess so.
Even in the trailer for Avengers, they're like helping Black Panther defend.
True. No, you're right.
Right. So they have to be, and we have to explain why Captain America just has this full on beard. He hasn't had a haircut and shave. In
that's
2
right.
years.
He's looking a little gruff. For the symbol of American freedom.
So get this man a shield. So yeah, no, listen, that looks awesome. So I can't wait to see that. I gotta get back on my. I haven't seen Justice League either.
Well, you're probably better off.
No, I was better off not seeing Suicide Squad.
You think this is gonna be that much better? Look
at
the reviews.
Out of all the DC reviews, other than Wonder Woman, which I haven't seen, this got like a 7 or 8. So it was like they said it was good. They said it makes up for Batman versus Superman. All right, with the exception of the CGI of Superman's beard, mustache.
Oh God!
they took his mustache off because he couldn't cut it because he was contractually obligated to keep it for another movie, which is stupid. Like they said it's easier to put the beard on than to cover it up.
I could see
digitally.
I could see that.
So it's I forgot what studio he's contractually obligated, but that's kind of petty.
Well,
let the man cut his beard.
I mean, if you have it for a role and then you double book, I don't know.
Why can't Superman just have a mustache? You know?
When have you ever seen Superman with facial hair? No.
When have I ever seen Superman
Clean
and Batman
cut.
actually fight?
Clean cut, square jawed. Oh, they had to have fought in the comics.
Well, no. I'm not talking about in the comics. Superman had a full grown beard. I mean, there were comics where he was stranded somewhere and he didn't shave.
Well, all right, but he's not on a desert island right now. You know.
I mean, he's dead. Well, dead. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, not really dead, obviously.
Right.
Spoilers. I mean, I haven't seen it, but I know he's alive. Right. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, it could be like the comics where his heart rate just like slows down to like slower, super slow, where you can't really hear like a heartbeat, right? But he's still alive,
right?
And maybe his mustache and stuff is growing while he's in the casket. I don't know. I know I'm reaching. I know.
Oh boy.
Anyway.
Yeah.
This is not the movie podcast.
No, it's not. It's not. But I mean, when you have something as epic as the Avengers trailer, you got to bring it up.
Well, yes, and we did say that we will see Star Wars, and we will dedicate that show, the next show right after that, to Star Wars.
Do you have your tickets yet or no?
Listen, I'm not going to buy it. I don't have to pre-order tickets. It's a movie. I will go to the theater and actually see it. Like I did last time.
Okay. I am going to have an episode about Star Wars. And I will fill you in on what happens.
It would be Dave doing everything except explaining the end.
I've had tickets since October, man.
And I'm happy for you. I'll see it when it comes. Listen, I'll get tickets. I'm not worried.
I'm just saying, get them now. There's no reason to wait.
So
pick a time for you and your girl that's mutually acceptable, that you're both free. Buy those tickets now. I'm telling you.
I'm telling you. Listen, listen, it's not going to be that hard. I'll get tickets when it comes out. Don't worry about it.
If I find out you watch like a bootleg screener online,
I'm not going to watch any bootleg. Listen, this is Star Wars. You don't bootleg Star Wars.
Do you want to make a bet on it?
I don't. This is the bet I can control. This is the bet I can control. All I gotta do is not see a bootleg.
That's all I need. That's all I need.
I'll take that bet. Listen, what do you want to put your Final Fantasy games on the line?
Get out of here.
I'm gonna say, take that. You're so confident.
Get out of here. I just don't know why you wouldn't buy a ticket ahead of time. Be safe.
I don't know why you would. There's
no reason not to.
There's no reason to be safe. There's no reason not to be. Listen, I'll get tickets. I'll go.
Star Wars. You're going to be sitting in the front row. You're going to get less than optimal seats, and you're going to rough it in the front row.
No,
I got my assigned seats. I'm ready to go. The date's all planned out. It's on a Saturday. You get the day off.
And guess what? I saw it that Sunday. I saw Star Wars that Sunday.
You saw it that Sunday in the front row, all the way to the right.
I saw it
where they had a leak in the ceiling.
All the way to the left,
and the water was dripping down.
High up, like I do. I had an aisle seat. It was perfect. So I'm not worried at all.
All right, I'm not. I am definitely not worried. I'll say that because I'm good.
Well, because you have. I'm not worried. I'm definitely not worried either. I will get tickets. Anyway.
All right.
So, what have you been playing, Dave?
Oh, yes, that famous question that we always try and start the show with, but never succeed.
Always fail.
I love it, and thank you for teeing that up, because my God, I didn't think I would say this ever in my entire life. I am loving the crap out of the FIFA 18 story mode. Yeah, that's right. There's a story mode in a soccer game.
Well, I know you play. I know you play the FIFA games because you play with your brother. Your brother lives in Florida, and that's something that you guys bond over. But you actually been playing the story mode.
Yeah. Well, he hasn't gotten it yet. He's usually kind of anti the new game, and usually I'll get it for him as a gift for a holiday or whatever, or like a birthday or whatever else, and then boom, then we could both be playing the new game, and I would rather play FIFA 18 than 17 because 18's got the enhanced 4K graphics, and it looks fucking beautiful, But yeah, like I decided to get into it. I didn't play the story mode last year, which is a continuation. You play as a fictional character, Alex Hunter. He's like a child prodigy, right? He's like 17 and he's already playing Major League Soccer, right? So they kind of recap the events of the first from like FIFA 17 and what happened, and you continue on Alex's story. You choose which club you want to belong to, right? And you basically you have to like fight your way to be in the starting 11, right? So I believe if you do very, very poorly, that you'll get benched and eventually kicked off the team, which is interesting. You know, it gives you a reason to perform really well.
Oh wow! So wait, so if you get kicked off the team, it's like that's over, like season's over, game's over.
That's the end of story mode. Yeah, I think you have to restart it again.
Or can you like, is there a way for you to redeem yourself and go like to the minor leagues and then come back? Right? No,
maybe. I'm speculating that you can get cut off the team because, you know, they keep saying, because it's full disclosure, I'm doing horrible right now. I have lost.
You're about to get cut.
Yeah,
you're about to get cut.
I've lost 2 friendly games. I lost the start of the season to Chelsea. My player rating isn't that great. You know, I'm barely eking out. I'm barely staying on the team. But I don't know. Like in between the actual soccer matches, you know, you have to because you're playing this guy's life, right? So there's like tweets, and you have a whole like Twitter account that you manage, and like based on your responses, like during all the other things that go on, you know, like the post game questions, the interviews that you go on, how you interact with your teammates, like based on what you say, you know, meter goes one way or the other, and you get kind of bonuses. Either you get bonuses with the fans, or you get bonuses with your coach. So it's wild, to say the least.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, listen, I've played like the story mode in like sort of like the basketball, like the 2K basketball games.
Yeah.
It's sort of like real life because you do the calendar. You know, like you're doing you playing every game and going to every practice on the calendar year. Mm-hmm. It's like Persona. Like I'm living a separate life. I'm living a double life.
Yeah. But you kind of get wrapped up in it, right?
I can't get wrapped up in that. I was doing well, right? I literally made it like 3 months.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I tapped out. I was like, oh, I can't do this. Like this is like I got other games I want to play. Yeah, I got too much. I don't want to live a separate life. Mm-hmm. the NBA Sims. The NBA life the NBA Sims I never got to do in real life.
Right.
But I do want to get. Actually, I don't buy Madden games. The only Madden games I got are the ones that, you know, we find when we do our pickups, or the Madden games that I actually like buy because I want it, or like sort of like not. I guess what I think would maybe be rare, like for the Vita, right? Madden for Vita. Like, come on, that didn't sell, right?
or Madden All-Star 09 for the Wii.
Oh yeah, that too, right? So I actually, for the first time, want to buy the new Madden game.
Madden 18,
I'm still waiting for it to go down in price, because I want to try out the story mode. It's the first story mode in the Madden game, so I want to try it out and see how it is.
Yeah. I mean, if it's anything like
it got rave
reviews,
reviews.
It's gonna be awesome. Yeah,
it got rave reviews. So I haven't. Oh, well, before I say, have you been playing any other games? Or has that been like the number one game? Because it's the first time I have no idea what you've been playing.
Yeah, well, I mean, you ended up selling me your copy of Metroid because I lost mine because I lost my 3DS. I told the story. Just be happy you didn't lose your Switch. Oh my God, I know. Well, actually, that happened to funny little aside. That happened to my friend. He ended up losing his at work. My friend from work, he's like, yeah, I lost my Switch. He had to buy a new one. He bought a new one. Went through Mario Odyssey all over again. Did all that, and I just found out on like Thursday, he found his Switch.
Where was it?
It showed up at his old college. I guess he went there for some sort of meetup or whatever else, and he left it on campus. And then, you know, his teacher found it. And there you go. So now he's got 2.
Oh wow.
Yep. Now he's got 2. So I'm sorry to cut you off, but running through the Metroid Samus Return story, well, the game story mode, and I'd say I'm about 3/4 of the way through it.
Well, were you like 3/4 of the way through it the first time when you
Oh,
played it
no,
before you
no, no.
lost it?
I was very new in the game, so I didn't really mind.
Gotcha.
And I'm glad
right,
it was
so
that
it's a-
game and not Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem, fuck, man. Oh,
You there goes the explicit tag.
yeah.
you,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just thinking about how many times I tried to redo certain missions. Ugh.
the Fire Emblem or
Fire
Dragon
Emblem,
Quest.
Fire Emblem.
You if you would have lost any of those games, like that'd
Ugh.
have been crazy.
I know.
So I full disclosure, I haven't been playing a lot of games.
I was
did
just going to ask. There was a big question mark on the spreadsheet here of what Dan Robinson's been playing.
I've played a little bit more of Assassin's Creed Origins.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of went ahead. I kind of was exploring the map, and I got into like I pulled a Dave Rotino. I got into a map where you need to be like level 10, and I'm like level 6, and I'm just getting my butt handed to me. So
Yeah.
I'm scaling it back a little. I'm going back down the map to do level like 6 and 7 missions, so I can level up some more before I can do those. Take out some more pharaohs.
Mm-hmm.
But that's really all I've been doing. I've been doing a lot of rearranging to the game room because I picked up. You ready? My 4K 60-inch Sony TV.
Yeah. I think you brought that up last week on the Black Friday.
Last week I found. I did my Black Friday pickups.
Mm-hmm.
It came. I have it. It's huge. It's beautiful. I picked up a Sony soundbar to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
It is awesome. So I had to I'm doing some rearranging. Had to move all the games out the way. I had to take the TVs off the wall because I'm giving them to my mom and my sister.
Yep.
And I'm still in the process. I have to take the mounts off the wall, and I'm gonna have to mount the TV sort of in the middle. I gotta get. I'm trying to rearrange the whole game room to the way I want it. With this big TV now. So I haven't really been playing anything. I've been taking games off shelves, moving shelves. I've been doing a lot of reorganizing.
It feels good.
I feel like
right?
that.
It feels good.
It feels no. Listen, it feels great. I mean, the TV can barely fit. TV can barely fit on my TV stand. Right now, I still have it on TV stand. It's so huge. So I haven't really been playing anything. I have to say.
All right. Sometimes you need to take a step back and you need to do some rewiring. Or mount a new TV or reconfigure.
Well, I'm
what you have to do.
reconfiguring so I can get the most out of. All right, so I got the I got the Xbox One X. I put it in. So let me take it back even further. I have a Sony 4K Ultra HD, HDR TV. It's like earlier version of this year. It came out earlier this year. My soundbar, same thing, came out late last year. It does have 4K and HDR pass through, so I can with 3 HDMI inputs, so I can plug everything in there and go through just one HDMI to my TV. And I got the 4K. I even went as far as got the 4K HDMI 2.0 cords.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to. Yeah. Yeah, the HDMI 2.0 cords are necessary for HDR, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, yeah. Well, I used. Right now I'm using the HDMI cords that came with the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X.
Yeah.
But,
those are 2.0 certified. Yeah.
Yeah, but the way I want to sort of configure the room, I'm going to need a longer cord. So that's why I went and just brought a bunch of cords on sale. So
did you get the Amazon Basics?
They weren't the basics, but I did get them on Amazon. They were just as maybe a little bit more, just like $1 or two more expensive than the Amazon Basics. Only because I was looking for like longer cords, and I couldn't find it on Amazon Basics, so I wanted all the cords just to be the same. So I bought like a bunch of 12. I bought 2 12 feet and 1 15 foot. So. Good price. I mean, it's like $20. Nothing crazy. Not like those monster cables we used to sell when we were at Circuit City, right? God. Remember we had to sell those the monster cables. Monster cables alone were like $70 sometimes.
Oh my God, I know. It's funny too because I tried to use those when I got my 4K TV, and then I got my home theater and all that, and like I had to make sure like everything was like perfect, right, and the wires were right and all that. The HDMI cord that I had like had some really good monster cables. They would like retail for like $100 or whatever, right? And I tried to use that one, but since like the spec has changed so much, they have all these different revisions, and if you didn't know, you wouldn't know. You'd think like HDMI cord is HDMI cord, but it's not. They have 1.0, 1.1, 1.3, 1.4, 2.0A, 2.0B. It's crazy. There's all these different like ones, and the cable was incompatible. I got zero signal out of it. And I was like, well, can't use this. I went online. I got a $10 Amazon Basic cord, right? But it was 2.0 certified, right? It was able to pass through the 4K and do the HD, and
it worked perfect.
Yeah. It had all the specs for it. So you don't need to spend a lot of money on a cable. It just needs to be constructed well.
It does. So I went out, got that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for them to come. Probably at some point the next couple of days. I'm still rearranging. Right now I'm mapping out where I want everything to be. So I can't wait. I can't wait to have this on the wall and ready to go. Because right now everything's a mess.
Mm-hmm.
And I just haven't played a lot of stuff. So I'm just trying to map it out, diagram how. It's funny because when you're a gamer and you have a collection, it's like you always, as your collection grows, you're always rearranging.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to rearrange to where it's comfortable to play, and I still have room for growth. Right.
Well,
so
yeah,
I can only grow so much, but you know what? You get creative with limited space.
I know, man. You of all people still managing to have room to put games on the shelf.
I have I have about 170 systems, counting handhelds.
Wait, 170?
Counting handhelds, I have 170 systems.
170 systems. Wow, that's insane.
Counting handhelds.
Yeah. Well, they're systems.
Well, and
they're not second-class citizens.
Special accessories. So it's like 20 special accessories counted in that.
All right.
So let me rephrase. I have 170 consoles, handhelds, and special accessories like the Super Scope and the Menacer.
Well, there you go.
I would count as a special accessory.
Yeah.
And I have about a little over 2,300 games.
Mm-hmm.
So modest collection, but every collection is different. It's like a fingerprint. Nobody's collection is the same.
No. People collect for different reasons. People collect different things specifically, Some people just want Nintendo. Some people just want handheld.
And some people collect everything. Some people collect everything because they want to preserve. And some people only collect things that they like, right? Games that they want to play.
Yeah, some people just do complete in box,
So
and there is no right or wrong way to collect,
No, it's like I said, it's like a fingerprint. Every collection is unique to that person. No collection is the same.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of collecting,
yeah.
I had a couple of good pickups, and I know you did too.
Oh, I had a very very fortunate pickup on Saturday.
So just real quick, so I finally own River City Ransom.
Yeah,
for the
man.
NES.
That game is great.
Picked that up. Never played it.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I want to do is I have my AVS, and I want to have that hooked up to the big 60-inch, and we'll play some OG NES games on the big screen.
So good.
So I picked that up, and actually picked up Mario Brothers for the Atari 2600 with the manual.
Mm-hmm.
Which I was surprised I even found. I was surprised I even found that.
Mm-hmm.
It has a sticker on it. It has like not a sticker, but it has like a tape on it that I can't take off without ruining ruining the label for So Paul really didn't want anybody to take his game back in it because it has his name on it.
You can't.
He has a tape on it so he can put his name on it.
You can't take a hairdryer to it. Try and get the glue up.
No, I tried. I'll rip the label.
Yeah. It's best to leave it on then.
It's best to leave it on. So and actually, I had some pickups today. I picked up Resident Evil Revelations for the Wii U.
Yep.
good tip. Spawn Wave. Love that YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed or checked it out, definitely check them out. Spawn Wave. Awesome guys.
Spawn Wave Media, right? That's the
Spawn Wave Media. Yeah. They're based out in Pennsylvania. I think they're in Philly.
Yep.
He put me on during I forgot to say this on my Black Friday pickups because I wanted to wait until I actually got it in hand.
You want to make sure you
it was real.
Actually, yeah.
So Square Enix had sort of like a Black Friday sale on Square Enix website, and they still were selling brand new sealed PS1 games.
Yeah, that's insane.
For $5.
That's insane.
So I called you. You didn't answer. I guess you were still you were in your turkey.
Yeah.
You were in the turkey coma.
Probably.
I think it's sold out now. I did check a couple of days afterwards. It is sold out, and we both checked again just to make sure. I don't know if it's like I don't think they aren't reprints. I think they were just extra stock. Maybe they've had for like 20 years.
Probably.
But I picked up brand new the collector's pack. Final Fantasy Anthology. And I got Final Fantasy Origins, which is the original Final Fantasy 1 and 2.
Yep.
I guess this is sort of like the remaster on the PS1.
Yeah. And I guarantee you are never going to play those games.
I'm most likely never going to play those games.
You're never going to play those games. You want to know why? Well, there's two reasons. A, you hate Final Fantasy. But B,
I don't hate Final Fantasy. I hate role-playing games.
Well, fine. You hate role-playing games. And B, they're already sealed. You're not going to want to break that seal.
They are sealed, even though, the seal's sort of a little scratched. I mean, listen, I don't care about sealed games. All right, let's get that. I'm not one of those collectors that says it can't, like, everything has to be sealed, right? Like, you can't open a sealed game. I collect games because I want to eventually play them. Even if I don't like them, I have to play them to say I don't like them. So I don't know if I'll like these games or not. Most likely, logically, I'm probably not because I'm not into role-playing games.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to try anything and force myself. I mean, I'm willing to try anything. So I played Final Fantasy 15 for like 3-4 hours, right? I tried.
That's good, man. You should keep going. You enjoyed it. You should keep playing.
I should
keep playing that game because it gets even better.
I enjoyed.
They actually take you down a story path, right? It starts off like real wide open, which is the complete opposite of every other Final Fantasy game, which is usually like very story driven in the beginning, and then it opens up and you can do whatever you want, and then you fight the boss when you want to. In this one, it's the other way around. It doesn't really open up again until like real late game, and the middle chunk of it is like very linear story driven, and it's good. It's solid. It's really solid.
So I picked that up. I picked up Mercenaries 2 for the PS3.
Yeah. Good game.
Which I thought I had. I thought I had that. I didn't know what that. I thought I had that.
That was like that was like the open world game from EA, right? You just run around. It was kind of like Just Cause.
It was sort of like Just Cause. Yeah. I thought I have Mercenaries 1. I thought I had Mercenaries 2.
Yeah.
And actually, this is funny because I got this sort of at a garage sale. I have Metal Arms. Glitch in the System as a Sierra game
quality,
for PS2.
Quality game for Xbox PS2, yeah.
But it is a Blockbuster. It's a Blockbuster box. It still has the Blockbuster sticker on it. Open the box.
It has that weird Blockbuster case cover. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it was a throw-in for like $1, right? So I took it. But but I love getting like some of these, right? Because I think to me it brings character. That's just me.
No.
I like it. I like getting the games with the Blockbuster stickers on them. Like it just to me, I think it's character. Personally, I don't want to put
you and John Hancock are moving some pottyco in that respect.
Listen, I don't want to put the end labels on the N64 games. I like the fact that it has like the Blockbuster sticker or the Hollywood Video sticker on it. God. Like I think it brings character. Personally, that's just me.
All right.
So, and lastly. I'm actually going through the highlights. I'm not going to say some of the shovelware games I picked up. The casino games for Xbox or
hey man,
or the backyard
Hey,
football
man,
for the GameCube.
somebody really likes that game. Somebody out there.
But I got a bunch of demos for the OG Xbox.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I love collecting demo games.
Mhm.
Like this takes me back to a place because when I was a kid. Because remember, I only got games. I told you I only got games like Christmas and on my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So
Same.
I would
Same. Unless I ended up buying them myself.
I would play the crap out of the demos. I can't tell you. Before I actually got Crash,
Mm-hmm.
I was like really good at Crash because I played that first level a million times in the Sony demo.
Yeah.
So I love collecting demos.
Oh, that's how I got really good at Tekken 3.
Oh, nice. Oh
play
yeah,
those
you
damn
know
two
what?
characters.
That's true. I had a demo for Tekken too.
Yeah.
So you get any good pickups?
I did. I'll tell you a little story real quick. I have a Christmas tree waiting at the post office for me. Still,
It's still there.
I got a notification when I came back into the city, the day that I came back from the Thanksgiving vacation. I got a note in the mail, and it was like, "There's a package for you at the post office." I said, "Great." And I thought it was a game, right? But I was like, "Well, wait a minute. They could just put the game in the mailbox. There's enough room." So I was like, "Wow, is it the Christmas tree?" Because it wasn't supposed to come till like Wednesday, and it came super quick. So I decided to go yesterday to the post office, and I even got up early too, funny enough. And I didn't get out the house till like 2:30 maybe. Post office closed at 1, which I was very upset about. I was like, "Well, I thought it was open till 4." Ugh. Anyway, I was like, "Well, I'm gonna make the
It
most
is
of this."
Saturday. It
Yeah,
is
I know,
Saturday.
but still, like, 1 o'clock. It's like, come
Yeah,
on.
banks. You do know banks close at 1 o'clock too on Saturdays.
Not
right?
all of them. Not all of them.
I don't know what bank is open.
It's
what bank?
it's
Maybe
archaic.
TD.
It's archaic. Come on.
No,
We
it's
live in a-
Saturday.
we live in a
No-
world
nobody
where
wants
it's,
to. Nobody wants to work on Saturday, dude. You're gonna lose that battle. You're gonna lose that battle.
you
Nobody wants to work on Saturday.
yeah, but everybody wants to shop on Saturday. Everybody wants to do all their business on Saturday.
This is these aren't. It's not retail. It's not retail.
yeah,
It's a
but
city. It's a city job. Nobody's
the
gonna work
banks
on
aren't
Saturday.
city jobs.
Well, I'm talking about the post office. The post office is a city job.
Yeah,
Someone's
but
gonna
that's
work.
but they're living in the past though. Living in the past.
Well, they're really living in the past because no one mails anything anymore.
Well, I mean, sure. Sure. I mean,
Technically, they're losing business. Is why they did so many
except for my
cuts.
Christmas tree. I mean, you know, stuff.
Let me get my
still
Christmas
has to
tree
be
before you
mailed
go
in
out of
that
business.
respect. Big stuff needs
Well,
to
you
be
could just-
mailed.
UPS, my friend.
Well, yeah, no. I think it came from UPS, but then they ended up dropping it at the post office sometimes, and then that's just like a pickup place. Regardless, I couldn't get my Christmas tree unless I broke in, which I'm not going to do. But I didn't want to go home yet because I was like, well, damn, I can't leave empty-handed. So I pulled up the Google Maps. I found a thrift store that was like 2 blocks away. I'm like, all right, screw it, I'll try it. And it was a tiny little hole in the wall, very unassuming. And I asked the guy if he had games. Do you have any games? And he looks around. He's like, yeah, I got some games. Pulls down like 5 big totes. I'm like, ooh. And like I saw some stuff that was sticking out, right? There was a Super Nintendo. There was a PlayStation. There are a couple of light guns. I'm like, ooh, this sounds promising. He's like, oh, what do you want? I'm like, what do you got? He's like, I have Wii, Xbox, PS2, Super Nintendo. I said, bring it all down. Bring it all down. So I spent like a good 10 minutes like sifting through everything, right? And I found a Saturn game, funny enough, which had to have been there for like at least 10 years, This guy had like tons of just random stuff, There was Nintendo, Super Nintendo, some Master System, not a Master System, some Sega Game Gear games, just everything, Xbox, Wii. So I'm like, oh shit. So I'm looking at the Saturn game, right? It's a Golden Axe, the Duel, and I'm like, oh, I put it aside because it was an in-box Saturn game, which they're hard to get, because the cases were shit. And I'm looking through all the other games, and I'm like, I wonder how much this is. So I look it up online, and I'm like, oh, okay, definitely getting this game. And I had a handful of other games too. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and come at them with this, and then if the price is good, I'll be like, well, how about these games too? And if the price is not good, I'm gonna say, well, how about these games too? Can you do a better price? So I wanted to get everything if I could.
And if that price wasn't good, I would have came back and got some more shovelware games and said, what about this price for all of these games?
Exactly.
You wasn't going to leave until you got a good price.
Exactly.
Yes.
This guy did not want to budge on prices. So I was like, all right, I need to reevaluate my strategy. So I was like, all right, just give me like these 4 games. So I got Golden Axe the Duel. I got WWF Warzone for N64. And Joe Montana Football for Game Gear. And I got a little pocket Space Invaders LCD screen game, which I still don't know if it works or not because the batteries are dead, but we'll see. So I got those for like a really good price because Golden Axe goes for like a minimum $50 online, and nice. He basically just priced out the games based on the system and based on how new the system was. So like Nintendo games, he was like $5 across the board. I'm like, get out of here. The big like rare thing that he had was Golden Axe. I'm like, well, if you're going to give me a flat price for it, I will take it. Cause that was everything right there.
That was a great pickup right there.
Yeah.
That's a game. That's like $50 just for the disc.
I didn't even know it existed. I didn't even know the Saturn had a Golden Axe game. So yeah. I was schooled on all accounts.
Nice.
But salvaged the day, which was nice.
All right, that was good. That was a good pickup.
And it's funny that this guy didn't want to budge on, prices or whatever, right? Because I guess he assumed that like, oh, hey, video games are kind of a thing. I'm not going to budge on it. I can get $5 for a Nintendo game, right? But he really didn't know what he had, right? And those games have been sitting there for I don't know how long, right? And even if he got those games, like some of those games like last week, which maybe he got some of those games kind of recently, I can almost guarantee the Nintendo and Super Nintendo games have been sitting there forever, right? You want these things to move, you got to price them accordingly, right? You gotta kind of work, you gotta kind of wheel and deal and work it out. And the reason I'm harping on this too is like I saw a listing on eBay 2 years ago, and I came across it again. So I come across it every now and again because I have it saved on my watch list, right? Because it's the most ridiculous thing in the entire world. It's 4 inbox amiibos for $10,000. $10,000. Exactly. Thank you. Right? And that's not even the most absurd part, right? It's like, okay, it's like first print, first run amiibos, pristine, mint condition, like all the boxes are perfect, right? And I don't even know who it is. It's 4 different ones. Doesn't even really matter because they're just not worth that much. But the funniest thing about it is it's $10,000 plus $11.99 for shipping. You would assume, yeah, I'll go ahead and toss in some shipping for you. Because he paid.
If I paid $10,000, you better ship this thing directly to my house.
Right. This person bought these brand new for $12.99, sat on them because he knew demand was limited and that people wanted them. And he's like, I'm going to sell these for a ton of money. And the price has never changed in the 2 years. They're just there. They're $10,000. Buy it now, and that's it. You can buy it now. He's going to keep it there.
He's going to keep it there for like the next 10 years, hoping that the price will go up on these things. And you never know. Maybe it will. Listen, things are at value of whoever wants to pay. Like the value of something is whoever wants to pay for it.
Is what someone's willing to pay for it. Yeah, of course. Yes. That's like a famous quote.
And if 10 years from now someone pays for it, then listen, as long as it makes them happy, go ahead.
Well, as long as it makes them money. Because that's ultimately what it is in the end. He'll be happy when he.
Well, the person who's buying it. I'm talking about the person who's buying it.
Oh well, sure. I'm not going to knock anybody if they want to spend $10,000 on something, but it's just he's never going to get that amount of money for it. Like what name me one piece of gaming history or whatever that's worth $10,000 singularly.
Didn't we find? Didn't the guy find something at the Salvation Army?
There was a stadium event sealed, I think.
Stadium events, was that worth like $10,000?
in like Queens. I mean, okay, sure. Like stadium events can go for a couple grand, easy. This is like complete in box and still sealed. Sure, that game. But
I mean, Little Samson sealed is worth that amount too. So
sure,
it's up there in price.
There's a handful of things.
And look. I don't, again, like I said, I talked to you about the Final Fantasy games.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably only keeping them sealed only because they're in my backlog. One day, I may just decide, hey, I want to know what this game is like to play. I may just pop in my PS1. I'm going to open it, right? So I don't really care about sealed games.
By all means. Yeah, definitely. But this guy's keeping them sealed in perfect condition or whatever. He bought them with the sole intent of flipping them and reselling them, right? And he will not budge. He's expecting these to sell one day, and
you should you should make an offer and say, "Listen, I'll give you $50."
I can't. All he has is buy it now. There is no offer on it. He will not budge. He is the thrift store guy that I dealt with on Saturday to the extreme.
I think he's a little bit more extreme.
I know. It's crazy.
It's crazy. All right, so why don't we take a break here? When we come back, we'll get into the latest gaming news and convo of the week, the death of the $60 game. And we're back. All right, let's get into the news. So we just got out of Black Friday, had a great Thanksgiving, had some great pickups.
Got some great turkey.
Got some great pie. No matter what pie that was. No matter what type of pie that was. Had some great pie.
Oh.
No, seriously. So I think it was a great Black Friday overall, just in games in general. Like the Xbox One X sold great, like in Europe, especially when it first came out, it sold great in Europe. It sold more than what the PS4 Pro came out. So in Europe, Xbox is going crazy, and that's probably a case of like a lot of people having PS4s already, and then everyone's waiting for the Xbox One X. So that's probably, I mean, it's speculating, but that's great that it's doing great in Europe. Actually, Sony said that this is the best Black Friday they've ever had with ever. Like, this is the best Black Friday. And I think in large part, they had great sales on like all their consoles. I even picked up a PS4 Pro. Right, and I said I was waiting for the $50 drop because that was the most that system is going to drop.
Oh, you're waiting for that in the
price.
4K TV, and
I was waiting for that in the 4K TV. But the overall winner was the Switch. Nintendo Switch, like, reportedly like stole Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Like, it was the most searched for product for these holidays, and it's not even on sale.
No, it's regular price, $300.
Regular price, and this is like the most. It is the Tickle Me Elmo of our time of 2017.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So that is, but that's just awesome, just for games across the board, right?
Yeah. I mean, everyone's got this renewed interest in games now. The Switch is this crazy home system, hybrid, portable. That has stuff that people want to play, and it's like the Wii, but it's not the Wii, I mean, it's got all these games that everybody wants to play and whatnot, but it's not just going to be everybody buys a Wii and then it just sits in the corner, once they're over it, this is just the beginning for Nintendo.
I'm telling you, man, at some point next 2 years, they got to come with like a Super Switch.
Oh, they have
like
to.
Wait. I'm going to do it like how Dave would do it. Super Switch. Right?
There
Something like that?
There it is. Yeah.
Super Switch.
Exactly.
4K Switch. It'd be a 4K Switch. It'd
Maybe.
be like it'd be like $400.
Yeah, maybe.
And no, it'd be like $350, and they'll discount the regular Switch to like
200 or something, or 250. Yeah.
200. Yeah, something like that. About 200.
They are definitely. I mean, considering. All right, look. When you have a 3DS XL, a new 3DS XL, a 2DS, a new 2DS XL. I mean, it's insane. A new 3DS XL and Knuckles. I mean, it's
so
ridiculous.
what I didn't tell you, I wasn't going to do it, and I didn't do it on Black Friday, but I ended up doing it later. I ended up doing it this weekend. I ordered the 2DS with Ocarina of Time, the limited edition, the limited run for Black Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So I did buy it. I bought it from Best Buy. It was weird because I last minute decided to buy it. Went back into Best Buy and Target. The Black Friday, they had 1 million of them.
Mm-hmm.
No one was buying them.
No
one was buying them.
Yeah,
everybody's buying a Switch.
Mm-hmm.
I went back this weekend, sold out. They're like, "Yep, sold out," and I'm like, "Wait, but no one was buying them over the weekend." He was like, "Yeah, everyone came in during the week to see if we still had it."
That's funny.
So I bought it online. I bought it on Best Buy. I went into Best Buy. I went into 2 Best Buy, sold out. I went into Target, sold out. I went into my 3rd Best Buy, and I said, "It says you have it online." She's like, "We don't have it." I says, "But it says I can have in-store pickup. I can hit the button right now and buy it."
You worked at Circuit City. We worked at Circuit City. You know that when it says it's in stock in store online, it's probably not in stock in store online.
No, I think it's in the back, and she never went in the back. She just checked the front counter.
They definitely have one somewhere. It's just a matter of where.
Probably the display case.
Yeah. So
I ordered.
You didn't want to go with the you want to go with the Amazon Super Nintendo case? Because that shit was hot. Really good.
Now you're trolling me. You just want to. You try to irk me. You're trolling.
Okay.
You're trolling me.
Okay. Full disclosure, we talked about this before the show. You were not a fan of the Super Nintendo skin.
I am not a fan of just the skin. If they sort of had a mold on it, where the top part was like the mold of the Super Nintendo's the buttons.
Oh yeah, you want the power and the reset to be raised up a little bit.
Yeah, if it wasn't just a picture.
All right.
If it was actually like a mold, then I would say that was like hot, and I would have bought it.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Pokeball 2DS, new 2DS XL, right? With the Poke button, like the button at the top, that's actually mold. If they did that for the Super Nintendo one, that would have been hot, and I would have bought it. I already have a 2DS. That's the new 2DS.
You do.
XL.
You have that black and blue one.
I have the black and blue one.
Which is it looks really nice.
It's just plain. I want the Pokeball. I want the Pokemon one.
Mm-hmm.
Now I want the Pokemon one. So at some point we'll probably try to get it. But and actually was about to get it when I said no, because I've been wanting the 2DS for the collection, so I can sort of have every version of the DS.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the only thing that was missing. And I said, and I can't really find it like that much cheaper, right? Unless it's like broken and have some type of malfunction online. At least I haven't found it. So if I was gonna pay regular price or play close to regular price, I might as well buy the limited edition Ocarina of Time one. So I did.
All right.
So that was just a little side note.
Mm-hmm.
Something else I want to buy, but I'm not standing in line. I'm not, and I hope people don't stand online at supermarkets.
You know they're gonna.
For the new, because Kellogg's and Nintendo have got together to make a Super Mario Odyssey cereal.
Oh, it is what I thought was the second time, but no, the third time that Mario has had his own cereal.
He had the original cereal, right? Mario Brothers.
Well,
I think it came like in a black box.
It was Super Mario and The Legend of Zelda. Mario 2 and Zelda 2, I think. And you get little hints on the back. Yeah, it was 2 different cereal packages, which were the exact same cereal, just the shapes were different. And then there was another one in the 90s.
Super Mario World had his own. Super Mario World had his own cereal as well.
Right.
Yeah. I just I remember as a kid vaguely eating the cereal and not liking it.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't great. No, it wasn't.
It wasn't great cereal.
It was basically like little corn crunch shapes and little fruit flavored corn shapes, and that was it. That was the cereal.
Okay, but this cereal, I would say, the only reason why I say I think people may be waiting out online outside supermarkets is because the cereal box itself is an amiibo.
Yeah,
yes.
That's insane.
We don't know. I mean, it's just like the card amiibos. It'll sort of have a card in the back. We don't know what the functionality will be. And it can't be probably anything crazy. It'll probably still help you find, it'll probably give you a moon or something in Super Mario Odyssey. You never know.
I think it's going to be an exclusive outfit.
Okay. If that's just going to make it even worse.
Well,
then people will be lining up outside supermarkets.
I know.
And then you know what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen? Every cereal maker is going to want to make a limited edition cereal for Nintendo.
Yeah.
So you can have lines outside. It like that's just ridiculous. There's going to be like corn pops with Zelda in it.
Yeah. Well, it'll be all right. Collect them all.
Even better. It's gonna be like it's gonna be like Lucky Charms with Kirby.
Listen. If they made like Metroid Fruit Loops, I'll buy every one of those.
So, I think full disclosure, I think we both want to buy it.
Yeah, man.
We're right along with those people waiting online.
Yeah, look, if I can go down to my local grocery store and they have it on the shelf, I will get it. Otherwise, I'm not gonna go like crazy over it.
I do want to get two. I want to get one to actually try it and eat, and another one I do want to get just to seal it and keep it in the collection.
Oh yeah.
I never in my wildest dreams.
This is like the one thing you're gonna keep sealed.
This is the one thing I'm going to keep seeing.
in your collection, never to open.
I never thought my wildest dreams I would have a cereal box in my video game collection.
Yeah, right. Right. I mean, I can't think of any, like, maybe Sonic had a cereal at one point, but I can't think of any other video game cereal tie-in.
Me neither.
Right.
That was significant at least.
Well, yeah. And I don't know if you remember the commercial from like way back when.
I do not. Well, remember you are older than me.
Nintendo. It's a cereal. Wow.
I don't remember that.
You have to see this commercial. It is ridiculous. Kids are like green screen, like jumping on like Goombas and boxes and whatnot. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
I just remember. I was eating the cereal, and it was just like, Mom, this cereal's horrible. Don't ever buy this cereal again.
I mean, it wasn't great. I mean, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It was definitely a C rank cereal in my book.
All right. Oh, and just full disclosure. Let's not forget, it's only going to be released in North America. Well, in the United States. I don't know if it's going to be released in Canada. Is that going to be released in Japan or Europe that we know of as of right now?
Yep.
So we'll see. You know what is going to be released?
What's
you
that?
Like the segue? Like the segue, right?
Well, we'll see. We'll see what's about to be released, and then I'll let you know.
You know what finally is getting a release? I should say. Ukulele for the Switch.
I do not like that segue.
I thought it was great. I thought it was a good segue.
The game is on the Dave scale. On the Dave scale, the game is It's
really. I gotta be honest. That's more than that on the Dave scale. We've already established we're gonna rate games at the Dave scale. I honestly thought you'd say it's trash.
No, it's not trash, but it's not fantastic.
So it's
not
I have
it's
ukulele.
not like the old Rare games.
So I've played ukulele. I have it for the Xbox One. I played it when it first came out. I was gonna wait for it to get. I enjoyed it.
So it's also an from you then.
Well, remember we have the okay,
and
we have the right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
To me,
There's
to me-
subtleties in the middle.
to me, it's just eh.
Yeah. Okay.
I made it to a part where I got semi stuck, and I said I would get back to it and figure out how to beat that part, and I never got back to it. I never got back. I was gonna wait for it to come out on the Switch. However, we didn't have a release date, so it was one of those things where I was like, "Hey, this may never get a release for the Switch."
Yeah.
But it did. So it's coming out digital only for now, December 14th.
Right. Interesting.
They're saying it's going to be the best version of ukulele. It did have some glitches, had some updates. So this version would be the best version.
It's a little more polished.
It'll more polished. It'll come with all updates. It does suck that they, all the backers all the backers for the Wii U version will automatically get the Switch version now. Hopefully those backers.
No, it's a good
hopefully
thing,
those
right?
backers. Hopefully those backers actually bought Switches.
I think if they own the Wii U, they're gonna also have a Switch because
Well,
those are diehard fans.
Wouldn't it be cool if they actually issued Wii U versions? That would be like the rarest Wii U game.
Oh my God! Right, just to the backers to be like, "Hey, sorry, here you go."
Everybody would be contacting them to be like, "Hey, sell me your Wii U version."
Yeah,
because
right.
everybody's gonna want a complete Wii U collection, right?
Sure, it's a similar architecture. Not to say it would be easy to do, but it's possible. But
well, I would say honestly, I would say wait. I'm
wait for the physical.
Don't buy. I'm tired of buying the digital games and 2 months later,
you care about
they
that.
come out with a.
We care about
I
that.
I do care about that.
If you like collecting physical and you want a more physical library, I 100% agree to wait.
Well, we just talked about Double Dragon 4, right? Like I bought that digitally twice. I bought it on the PS4 when it first came out. I even spent the $8 and bought it on the Switch, and now Limited Run is putting out a physical version. I'm presumably for the PS4 and I'm gonna maybe the Vita. Maybe I'll buy the Vita version if it comes out for the Vita. If they put out the Vita version, I have to check the email.
You were the lone man on that Vita island, just propping it up.
I'm still stranded. I am like Tom Hanks in Castaway.
Wow, that is a reference.
I have my Axiom Verge special edition for the Vita, which I'm gonna assume barely anybody bought.
Yeah,
because they all bought the Switch version,
of course.
And listen, I already have it for the PS4. I already have it for the Switch. If it comes out for the Vita, I'll buy it for the Vita physically. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Wait for that. Speaking of games unannounced, right? Bandai Namco is rumored they're going to be holding an event in like 2 weeks, right? December 15th, where they're sort of rumored to be working with Nintendo on this event, right? So this has to be sort of like a Switch Bandai Namco event, right? You think so? Like, what games could they be coming out? I mean, look, they already been on record saying they're now, they were late to the Switch party, and now they want to put out games for the Switch, right?
They were one of the people like wait and see. Although they do have Xenoblade Chronicles, right? Which just dropped, I think.
It just dropped December 1st.
Right. So they were a little reticent about putting out games for it. They waited a little bit. They said, "All right."
Well, they had Dragon Ball. They had the Dragon Ball.
Dragon
Ball
Xenoverse. Yeah. Well, that was just a port. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah. So they put that out, which of course I bought because I was waiting for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 to come out. I have Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1 on PS4. Barely played it. This one they said was better. I found it boring personally. So, the rumor is that they want to put out another Soul Calibur game.
Well, it's been though the last one came out 2011, so it's definitely time for a new Soul Calibur.
Well, it wouldn't be Switch exclusive. It'd probably be, all platforms sort of with, hey, you get this special character, maybe
They
like
may
maybe
they may
get
do what
Kratos
they did
again.
on right with like the PS2 era. All
Yeah.
right, they had Heihachi. Xbox had Spawn because Xbox didn't have any mascots that would fit. And the GameCube got Link, right? And then
Yeah.
and
Well,
they did it again. I think you just said they did it with Kratos was in the PSP version as a tie-in.
yes, which we were talking about before we started recording. I have that version as well. I have all the versions of that Soul Calibur series.
Yeah.
We never now they're like sort of a rumor that it's going to be a Fire Emblem character that's going to be in the Soul Calibur game.
But there's a ton of them to choose from.
Which I know nothing about. I know nothing about the Fire Emblem series.
Of course,
but I will say
it's an RPG and a tactical one at that. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
But I love the Dynasty Warrior games,
Mm-hmm.
so I will be picking up Fire Emblem Dynasty Warriors at some point.
Fire Emblem Warriors, yeah.
Fire Emblem Warriors,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, fun game.
I listen. I love Hyrule Warriors, so I love the Dynasty Warriors. Sometimes you just need to mindlessly just destroy a bunch. Of things.
Yeah.
Hack and slash. Even though they does have some tactical elements to it, they said. I will be getting the 3DS version only because I need something to continue. I mean, I've tried to pick up Metroid: Samus Returns. I pick it up and put it down so often. I haven't actually had the time to just sit down and beat the game.
Subway, man. Subway. I've gotten such good progress playing the Switch and the 3DS on the Subway.
On the Subway.
Yeah.
But you know what? Every time I pick it up, I was like, "Oh, you know what? I really loved it. I love the 3DS or the 2DS or whatever, the DS, right? Like I'm not ready to put it down yet. So I want to get something else for it, and I think I'm gonna get the Dynasty Warriors games. I'm gonna get the Fire Emblem Warriors games.
Yeah.
So it's just a mindless game to play on it, hack and slash. I love it. I love those type of games. So I mean, I play Hyrule Warriors on my 3DS. I don't even play the Wii U version.
Oh, the inferior port.
Yes, I do. I played it.
If you don't have the new 3DS XL, it is a rough ride.
Yes, well, I thank God I do. It is terrible if you don't have the new one, the new processor. All right, we talked about Sony. Now, Sony had a phenomenal Black Friday, the best they said in PlayStation history.
The best Black Friday, the best
Black Friday for Sony, not the best Black Friday overall. That was Nintendo. But I thought this was interesting that they're now PSVR units. Now I don't know where apparently it's PSVR units are sold out in a lot of places. I see it. Like, I don't know about you, but I do see it. I mean, I don't see like crazy stacks of it. I do see like one or two behind a glass case in Target or Best Buy. So I do see units out there. But it's still hard. The thing I don't see are demo units.
Demo units,
PSVR.
Yeah. I mean, you can see them in like certain Best Buys have them, I think, or they had them at least. Little setup.
I got to be honest. I've never seen a demo. I haven't seen a demo unit in a long time.
Yeah.
And this has been out for a year. A year and 2 months. I have not seen demo units.
Well, the
so
thing of it
it's
is
really hard to sell if you can't demo it.
Yeah, and like the thing about that is you kind of need someone there to not just like protect the unit, but also like help people. Like, all right, here's how you play, and give them a little tutorial and whatnot. Like, you can't just have a thing like standalone. It's just not gonna work.
And you want to make sure they clean the unit.
well, that too. Yeah. There's like so much more than just having like a GameCube off in the corner or like a Switch off in the corner,
Because I don't know about you, but like whenever time I play it, I get sweaty.
Oh, of course.
I'm sweating under that thing.
It's hot under there. Got zombies coming after you with chainsaws.
Yeah, I know.
Bad time.
I know. So the way around this is if you're a PS Plus member, they're randomly going to be picking people, PS Plus members, to to demo the unit. So they'll send you.
They'll ship the
sort of
whole
like
thing out. Yeah.
They'll ship the whole thing out, a bundle, a Skyrim bundle.
Yeah.
which I
Second
don't know- I
generation
don't-
one too. You know, the good one.
I don't know if that's the bundle I would send. Apparently that that game has a lot of bugs.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like the VR experience is for Skyrim is supposed to be great.
I would probably send out Doom personally. if I were them.
Sure. Doom would work too. Doom may be a little bit too violent for like Skyrim is a little bit violent, but Doom is
I guess so.
violent because like you have to figure like kids will be playing this. Kids maybe around 12, 13, 11 or whatnot. You don't want to. Here's a demo unit. You can go out there and rip off zombies' heads and watch them bleed.
Well, it's kind of weird that they're not using like the regular demo that comes with it, right? But they're using
right.
So they use like PSVR Worlds, the demo, like that demo. But they're randomly picking people. If you're a PS Plus member, I think it's like 1,400 of them they're gonna send out. If you keep it and don't send it back, they charge you $300. If you demo it, you like it, you want to keep it, they charge you $300. And the cool part is that the bundle itself is $450. So
you save
if you get chosen, you save $150. I have not looked at my emails. I've probably deleted it. I don't know if that was randomly selected, but I would take it. If they gave it to me, I would just buy it. I would just say, "Here, it's the second generation, and I'm getting VR, Skyrim." I would just buy it for here's $300. So I would do it. So check your. Are you a PS Plus member?
I am,
Dave.
I am.
Check your emails. Let's see if we can find it. So let's see if we were chosen.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about Persona 5. I credit you with this news. I give you all the glory with this news.
I read this. I go, you know what? I was the one that put them over the top.
So Persona 5 tops 2 million copies sold worldwide. That's the best in the Persona series. So they were at 1,999,999.
And then I decided to buy a copy.
And Dave, who I've been telling he should buy Persona 5, I don't know, the last 5 months, finally did, and they hit the 2 million mark a week later. So it's still a great game. It's tedious because it's real world stuff. It's like I talked about playing in the in the 2K games, doing the career mode. It's a everyday thing, right? It's real world. It got tedious. I think I finished like a month, and I was just like, I don't want to go back to school. I don't want to go to work, like in my virtual life.
Yeah.
Right? You got to make friends, and you got to go back to the castle.
Yeah, I hear it's intense. You got to do everything in a 24-hour time frame.
Yes, you have to do everything in 20. It is. You got to take the subway, or the Japanese. What is it called? What's the subway called?
Oh, the Kansai. They have a bunch of different lines. The JR Rail, maybe.
Gotcha.
JR Rail is one of them. I know that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I got lost at one point. I was like, I don't know how to get home. So yeah, I want to pick it up. I'm gonna pick it back up, just like I want to pick up so many other games. I'm waiting for that first snowstorm to hit for me to pick this. Put this back, and I don't know if it was optimized for 4K, but I definitely want to see it on the big screen, the big 60-inch. So I am excited to go back to that. I don't know about you, but like I have like a stack of games like on the side. Like, I have everything's in alphabetical order in console order or whatever. But I have a stack of games that I pull out that like I say like I want to get back into that I will get back into. I have that like stack on the side on like my coffee table. So, all right. So I know we talked about Square Enix earlier, and I got the Final Fantasy games sealed, brand new, $5 a pop. All right. I can't tell you how stoked I am and they still actually, if you go to the Square Enix website, they have other games too for like the PS2, Xbox 360, PS3.
Yeah,
So I would go back and check
Kingdom
that
Hearts
out.
and Final Fantasy X. You know,
I would go back and check that out.
$5.
And they have Deus Ex. They have other. I think they have. I think they have Mankind Divided too on there, if I'm not mistaken. I have to double check. I haven't checked it in a week. They did talk about Deus Ex, the franchise, recently, and they said it's not dead. Okay, they don't have unlimited resources. They have other games that they have to make, but the game isn't dead. They will be back. Deus Ex
on a short vacation.
Well, it'll be back. I mean, listen, it has to take a hiatus, right? They have other games that they're working on.
Yeah.
The last Deus Ex game didn't sell as well. It did come out sort of like I think it came out in August, like around the August time. It came out in the summertime of last year, right?
Yeah.
So, it didn't do so well. I bought it.
Yeah,
I bought it when I was the first adopter.
You enjoyed it, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, it was
all right.
It was good.
Okay.
It was good. I gotta be honest. I've never played a Deus Ex game. I have them, right? Just in collecting. I have them.
You will eventually play them at some point in time.
I will try them. Yes. So I sort of didn't. I never looked at any reviews. I never looked at any gameplay of the other games. Just looking at the trailer, I sort of went into it sort of guns blazing, and that's not what this game really is about.
Well, I mean, there's definitely different play styles. There's at least 2, if not 3 different ways to play. That's like kind of the thing. So not that you were playing it wrong, but you can go stealthy or you can go guns blazing.
So, I mean, listen, they're working on the next Tomb Raider game. They have a new like Square Enix / Marvel partnership that they're working on. They're working on Marvel games. At some point, they'll come back to Deus Ex, right? I mean, we had Deus Ex. It started out as a PC game.
That's
came
right.
out on PS2.
It was phenomenal on the PC.
It again came out on Xbox 360. And we got the newest game that came out last year. So listen, if you like Deus Ex, you can get more. You can play the past Deus Ex games, and this is not a franchise that should be like Assassin's Creed or Call of Duty like every year, right? No, not at all.
Even they shouldn't be every year. The only reason Call of Duty is putting a game out every year is that they have 3 different studios working on a new iteration of that game.
Listen, video game rant. Okay.
Side note.
This is gonna be a new segment. Okay, where we just randomly have a rant, and I beat the Call of Duty. It's been a tradition for me to beat the Call of Duty single player campaign every year. This year took me a little bit longer. Wasn't really into it. I had to learn how to sort of play it again because I'm used to the futuristic type style gameplay where I'm like Superman. You want to be able to
jump 20 feet in the air.
I want to be able to jump 20 feet in the air and pull out 3 shotguns and an Uzi and throw a grenade that will like freeze you freeze you in place. Yeah. So I had to get regenerating health. I had to get used to getting med packs, and I had to sort of pick and choose when I went in. Right, to battle, and I really did have to be sort of stealthy. There were some stealth elements to the game. I like the setting. I'm not mad at going back to World War II.
You apparently are though, because you're ranting about it. But
you know what? Listen, how about we do like go back? Like we go back in time storyline where it's like, hey,
See, you want to be able to time travel back to World War II and kill Hitler.
Let's time travel back into World War II with futuristic mechanics and guns and stuff, so I could still sort of wall jump and punch through a wall
Oh, boy.
and
They
X-ray.
have games like that.
X,
They definitely have games
mean,
like that.
I'm just saying, that would have been so much better. I like Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare. Like, I thought they were great games.
Of course you do.
And we may go back to that next year because it's a different studio next year, right?
Yeah,
Doing this. So we may get Call of Duty the WW2 in 2 years.
Yeah.
Or
We're
3
not gonna go back.
years, right?
We're not
Or
gonna go
3
back
years.
to the Wild West. Call of Duty Wild West. WW.
Just how about we just go W?
Yeah, just W.
Just W. All right, that was my random rant of the day. I'm sorry. We should have that. We should have just random rant event.
Like a gamer grief. We do have that segment.
Well, it's not really a grief.
Well,
because it's no one's.
It's
It's
an
not like
issue. Look, I'm looking at the notes right here. It's our
not a
issues with gaming trends, or a
It's not a
particular game in general.
It's not technically like a. Oh yeah, I get. You know what?
Yeah, I'm just
Gamer grief / gamer rant.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can definitely hash it out offline, but
Okay, so let's get back on track.
Mm-hmm.
So Capcom, listen, everyone's been clamoring for a new Mega Man game.
Of course.
Even me, and I suck at Mega Man games.
well,
Okay, we had
that's
Mighty
that's
Number
not-
9.
That's not surprising.
Whatever, shut up. All right, so we got Mighty Number 9, which didn't do so well.
No, it's spiritual successor to Mega. It's basically Mega Man, but not called Mega Man.
Not Mega Man. Yeah.
And
Didn't
not
do so
great,
well.
frankly.
It's not great. I'm sure there'll be a Mighty Number 9 too. Hopefully, it'll be better. So Capcom teases a Mega Man 30th anniversary live stream for as of this recording. We're recording on a Sunday. It is tomorrow on Monday. So when you listen to this on Tuesday, you'll already know what the news is for the 30th anniversary of Mega Man. So, Dave, what do you think? Do you think it's going to be like announce a new game, or maybe a new cereal?
If they put out a Mega Man cereal, I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna buy you, but I'm still really salty.
I'm gonna buy you. I'm mad, but I'm gonna buy you.
Yeah. No, you know what this
I'm
is
pissed.
gonna be? You know what this is gonna
What is
be? This is gonna be some bullshit compilation. I'm telling you.
But
Capcom
it
is
can't be.
like no.
No, it can't be. I'll tell you why. We already have the Mega Man remastered editions, right? Well, compilate. We already have the Mega Man
the Legacy
compilation.
and then Legacy Collection
Legacy
too.
too.
Sure.
Yeah, we already have those.
There's still other Mega Man games that are missing out of those collections.
Is it gonna be the Mega Man X Legacy game?
Right, or like all the ones for like GBA, the Battle Networks, who knows, Mega Man Legends. I want to believe there's a new Mega Man coming out, but I just think it's going to be a rehash compilation.
Rehash. Okay.
Yeah, I mean maybe it's a remake of X again, but
You know what?
I
honestly got a little excited because why would they do a live stream? Like, why would you do a live stream of, hey, this is Mega Man X Legacy Edition?
people have
right?
people have done more for less.
If they do it,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? I'm gonna predict that they're gonna do sort of Mega Man X Legacy Edition with a new Mega Man X game.
That'd be great.
So it'll be hey, Mega Man X Legacy Edition you can buy in January, and in September or in August, even better August, right? New Mega Man X game coming out.
That'd be awesome, man. I would love to see it.
That will get delayed into 2019.
Well, hey, however long it takes to come out, I just want it to be good.
All right. So let's get into some sort of weird news. So Epic is suing a minor for cheating in Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
So this is kind of strange. So the kid has a YouTube channel. He's 14 years old.
He's a streamer.
He's a streamer.
Mm-hmm.
And he apparently in his video sort of exposed and promoted Fortnite Battle Royale cheats and exploits.
Mm-hmm.
So they put in a claim, and apparently, if they want to keep the claim, the law requires them to file suit. So they need to file a lawsuit or drop the claim. But they don't want to. Obviously, they don't want to drop the claim because to them, this is promoting cheating in the game. This is, like they have power over their IP, and they don't want people to cheat.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest. I don't think they. This is not coming from it's not developers, right? This is the legal team of the corporation, right? Hey, you're cheating. We're filing a claim, and by law, we have to file a lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they didn't know he was 14 until they actually filed the lawsuit,
Right?
Which I'm assuming that they had to file a lawsuit against his mother as well because he is a minor.
Mm-hmm.
But listen. No matter how old you are, if you cheat, there are consequences. Now, you are a minor, so maybe the consequences shouldn't be too severe, but there are consequences nonetheless. Yeah. So I hear people going, semi going crazy over this, saying this is ridiculous. But no, it doesn't matter how old you are. If you steal or commit a crime, your age is irrelevant. The only thing that your age will do is determine which court you get tried in.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. I mean, what I want to know out of all this is Epic actually going to patch and fix the exploit, which this guy brought to light. That's the positive side of this thing, right? There's an exploit in this game, right? People have been using it, right? This kid makes a video, shows people how to do it. Epic goes crazy, tries to, take down the video and file the lawsuit. Fine. I want to see Epic patch this and fix it, and say, look, we fixed the issue and this and that. So you got to give the kid a little bit of credit, because, he's like, look, there's a problem with the game. Here it is. That's my thing. His intent was probably to help people to cheat, sure.
The kid could be a douchebag for all we know, because apparently he's been kicked off and banned, and he keeps just, re-registering through a new IP.
Well, that's, yeah. That's another small wrinkle in this. And, yeah. So, he kind of gets what he deserves.
Obviously, they're countersuing, as I would if I were them, because that sort of gives you leverage to sort of come to a settlement, right? Mm-hmm. Either a chance of either side losing, right? That sort of gives you that, like, all right, we should come to a settlement. And I'm sure if I were them, I would say, listen, the settlement is, he's banned for a certain amount of time, and if we find out that he comes back, he's banned for 2 years, mm-hmm. and if he comes back, we find out it's him, we verify it's him. You have to pay fines upwards to $20,000, right? So that gives incentive for the mom to rip his computer out of the wall.
So there would definitely be money exchanged in this situation. If he breaks the terms.
If he breaks the terms, if they find out it's him,
mm-hmm.
they have to verify it's him, obviously, and he will do everything he can to make sure that they don't verify it's him. But if they verify it's him, the mom faces fees and penalties upwards of $20,000.
Interesting.
I would do something along those lines, mm-hmm. personally. But who knows? We'll see where this goes. This is all new. The court process takes the wheels turn slowly. Trust me, I know that. Mm-hmm. I know that from personal experience. All right, so let's end the news. Talk about everyone's favorite company, EA.
Oh, Electronic Arts.
So we know we talked about people who did well on Black Friday: Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo. You know who didn't do as well on Black Friday?
Good old EA.
EA. Battlefront 2 did not sell well.
Nope.
I didn't buy it, and I buy everything.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't buy it.
Nope.
In large part, there were several factors to why I didn't buy it, but the main reason why is because of the microtransactions.
Yeah. They took it to the extreme. They took it as far as they could take it, and they took it too far. And everybody just revolted. And They didn't handle the situation well at all. They basically put out a corporate statement to somebody on Reddit, and it just all went downhill from there.
Yeah, but they still haven't learned their lessons, because now, did you hear about the UFC? So the UFC game, I guess, launched their demo, and in the demo, they had microtransactions in the demo. It's a demo, which is
like crazy. Yeah.
And they try to spin it to where it's like it's to balance the gameplay of the demo.
Well, right. Yeah. I mean, it's now we should also clarify too. It's only for one particular mode, the Ultimate Team mode, I think.
Yes.
So it's relegated to a specific mode, but that mode is also online. So you're going to go head to head with other people, and you're right. I mean, it's a beta.
Right. It's a beta, and you put microtransactions in your beta, even if it is for online play.
Right, and then is that stuff going to carry over to the real game? Probably not, because it's a beta and everything was being balanced, and they go, well, we've changed all this stuff around, so you got to buy it again. Yeah.
Let me actually. I can't think. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't play online multiplayer games.
Yep.
Is there ever been a demo /beta/alpha that's had microtransactions? I mean, it's not the full game.
I can't think of one non-mobile free-to-play game that has had microtransactions or loot boxes in there. No, not at all.
That's
not at all.
You would have thought. I mean, look, I don't think this is the death of microtransactions, right? I mean, I think they're going to find.
They're not going to go away.
They're not going to go away. They're going to find a way. And this is going to tie into our convo of the week. Our $60 games dead, or paying $60 for games. Is that going to change? But I think, they're going to find a new way to get in our pockets, right? Like the microtransactions the way they are now will not be the way they are in a few years. They're going to change. They're going to find a better way to monetize the game.
Well, yeah. So every big AAA studio puts tons of research into the psychology of gaming and how people play games and addiction and all that stuff. So they engineer these experiences in such a way that they keep you coming back to the well, right? You were just talking about multiplayer, massively multiplayer online games, right? Let's go ahead and bring that up. They want their player base to always be online, right?
Yes.
And because it's a monthly subscription, right? If they see people coming back and coming back and coming back, that means they're going to get their $15 a month, right? And one of the things is every time you complete a quest or a thing or whatever, there's a sound tied to it, there's an animation tied to it, and it's like this Pavlovian response, and it's like, oh, a thing happened. Oh. And this little meter went up, and this thing did this, and this changed to this. It happens in the free-to-play games. There's all these little meters and things and whatever, and that's what gets you coming back over and over again. It's like, oh, a thing changed. Oh, this thing happened. Oh, I made a combo, and I got like snow to come down on the screen and whatever. All of that is engineered, and they get psychological experts in there to kind of like figure out like the science behind it, right? And they get you to come back. And now they've kind of turned that into this, extra form of this extra form of revenue after the game comes out, right? How do we eke out more money from these people? It's like, well, we'll give them these little rewards and whatever else, and EA is the worst of it.
But in a beta,
it's
a demo.
It's too much. It's too much. Because like, what is that going to do? The beta is going to end eventually, right? And people are going to get the real game.
But okay, look, they're under so much scrutiny right now, right? From just players, right? From gamers. You would have thought they would say, "Hey, look, we're putting out this beta. Let's not make any noise. We're already suffering from low, poor sales for Star Wars Battlefront 2. Why don't we at least hold that mode back from the beta?" Right? We'll put that mode out in an alpha or something, or maybe we'll put out a second beta at some point after the holidays, right? At least wait right? Like this just happened a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it's just like it's bad timing. It's
All right, you
it's
know what?
bad timing.
You know what? Let's just get into the convo of the week. Let's just get into it.
Mm-hmm.
So, are $60 games dead, or is paying $60 for games dead? I mean, we've been paying $60 for games since last generation,
since
right?
since the launch of the 360, so 2 generations back.
Well, last generation. We're in our current generation right now.
Well, you wanted to? Okay, sure.
Yeah, the 360, PS3, Wii ever 60. We've enjoyed $60 games. I mean, we're old enough to know that when cartridge games were a thing, games were like $70 to $80.
Depending on depending on the game, they could be upwards of that much money, for sure. Like I know, Final Fantasy 6 when that came out, or 3, sorry, in America, $80. Is a expensive game. Like the good games cost more because they had more storage on there. They were 16 meg, 32 meg games. It was more expensive. You had to put more chips on the board. You had to pay for all the plastic for the cartridge itself. They were expensive.
Now, I mean, it's just we've been spoiled, right? Like we've been used to this for what the Xbox 360 came out in 2005. So for 12 years,
right,
we've been sort of just used to $60. But
and before that, well, let's even take it back before that, because when the CD medium got launched, like $50 was kind of the standard for games, right? Sony's first party games were $40, which was awesome, and like games on the Saturn and PlayStation and all the other CD based systems were like $50 more or less, unless it was a super budget title. And
cartridge games went from like 70, 80, and then CD based games came out, and they saw that it's cheaper to put it on a disc. They lowered the price, right? And where else did they do that, right? Like they usually, if something's $80, if they could save money and still charge us $80, they would.
They're gonna do it,
but
yeah.
They're going to do it. But I mean, obviously you think about, CD based games, they want to compete with Nintendo that had a stronghold, right? PlayStation wants to come out. They want to compete with the heavy hitters, with Nintendo and Sega. They're going to come at a cheaper price point.
Yeah.
to
that's
compete.
right. And it worked out really well in their favor. Games were across the board cheaper than the N64 counterparts,
Yeah.
Because the production costs were down. And when the 360 was announced, there was talk of like game prices going up to like $60. And when the 360 came out, games were $60 and everybody scoffed. And eventually everybody came around and they said, okay, $60 is the new $50. So what we're kind of trying to get at, and this kind of comes at the heels of what EA was doing, is $60 is that enough to charge for a game for AAA games to recoup all its money?
Yeah, well, let's take it back any further. So they keep pushing the limit, right? Like they keep pushing for better graphics, right? Better gameplay, better modes, all online. So they keep pushing, and games keep getting better, and they keep looking better, keep just functioning better. Just we're getting these big cinematic AAA titles. It gets expensive to make these games.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, and the price of games have stayed the same. So microtransactions comes from them trying to monetize to sort of recoup the money, especially if memory serves me correctly. I think sort of like I think Xbox is the one that started this, because they sort of had
Xbox was the first real online network.
Xbox Live sort of had like their own DLC, right? They had like a section for DLC.
Sure,
right?
yeah,
Downloadable content.
Halo 2 had DLC maps you could get.
Yeah, so they coined the phrase, I think, DLC. I think that came from them, and they sort of, like you said, they had the Halo maps where it's like the game's out, the game's finished, but if you want to contribute, if you want to continue to get new things in the game, you have to pay. So this is another way to pay for more content for that game that you already paid $60 for.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was like kind of early, so the prices of these DLC things were all over the place and whatnot. But like, it turned out people wanted it, and people were willing to pay for this extra content. They didn't have to. There was no physical counterpart to it. I mean, there was a couple games that eventually came out DLC on disc. Actually, I think the Halo 2 maps eventually came DLC on disc, and I know like Grand Theft Auto eventually did DLC on disc. But 9 times out of 10, it was you would just download, you download whatever the DLC is. It'd be a couple hundred megs, and you just have it on the system. So it was even better. There was no paper, no disc to print. And, they'd make, 5, 10, $15 or whatever it is off the thing. And
I mean, listen, I understand. Like, $60, trying to recoup that, just, just recouping your money for making a game, and you want to make a profit, because let's not forget, these are corporations, these are businesses. They're not in it for charity. They're in it to make money.
Well, no,
right?
and I mean, if they keep going the way that they're going, they want to go bigger and better and bigger and better. The production costs are going to go up. So you're right.
Yeah.
They kind of have to do this.
And we're not against. I don't think we're not against DLC or microtransactions. It's how you implement it. It has to be fair. Correct.
Well, of course, it can't negatively affect gameplay where it creates this tiered level of people who pay versus people who don't pay.
Yes.
Like I think like Gears of War is a good example of them doing it right. Especially games will have like a season pass, right? You could buy like the gold version of the game. It'll come with the season pass, or you can get a season pass separately. And people are always worried, well, I buy the season pass, is it going to be worth it? Is there going to be enough content? Sometimes there's not. Like Gears of War has put out, I don't know how many maps extra now, and it's probably the best value I've seen. And it doesn't affect gameplay because it's just extra maps and all the loot box stuff is just skins and like different characters, right? Which doesn't affect the gameplay. The gameplay is still the gameplay.
Well, I think with all the negativity against, quote unquote microtransactions,
Mm-hmm.
I think we're due. Maybe we're gonna ride out this generation, and we have this this sort of mid-cycle upgrade with the Pro and the X.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when we eventually jump to the next generation, I think price is gonna go up to $75. It'll be 70
for like the AAA titles.
AAA title. Honestly, I think AAA titles will go up to like $74.99, while with the big, you big open world online games, multiplayer games. But I think if you have sort of like just the regular single player games, I think we're going to see those budgets get cut, and we may not get these big cinematic moments, but I think the price of the game will probably stay at those games will probably stay at 50, or maybe even go to. I think they'll probably stay at 50.
Well, do you think do you think there's going to be like a separation of like games that have online multiplayer? Like look at Wolfenstein doesn't have any multiplayer, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's specifically a single player,
and I think that'll stay at 60.
Right.
But
right.
while a game like Battlefront 2 will start normal price $74.99. I don't think it'll go up $10. I think it'll jump up to $15.
I mean, I would say it would be at least $10 and maybe not too much more. So 75 seems like a pretty good spot. I think they're going to have to do that and also still have the microtransactions for all additional content, but they'll find better ways to
implement it.
Yeah, to not.
They'll find better ways to implement those. Yeah.
I mean, I think if that's going to happen too, we're gonna also see the rise of single player only games. There's going to be like this new kind of mid tier where they don't have everything in the kitchen sink. It's a more focused experience and not like, well, now you can craft and you can fly and you can You can have like your own crash pad, and you can customize your car, and it's going to be less about ticking things off on the back of the box and more about like, here's this custom experience. This is this game. Like, it won't be like Assassin's Creed where you can do like everything.
But that brings me to another point.
Mm-hmm.
The more we start raising, the games get more expensive to make and the prices go up, the more, we're going to get to that all digital age where games are going to be, because look, at some point it has to come down, right? Like it's like when we had cartridges, it was like $70-$80. We found a better way to put out, to distribute games through CDs, right? Well, do CDs, so do disc, so that we brought that price down to $50. So I think it's going to get to a point to where, right now everyone keeps saying GameStop is in trouble.
Well,
right? They have to change it. They have to change their business model. GameStop is in trouble.
I mean, it's the inevitability. It's definitely going to be all digital. Because it's going to be easy to serve that up to somebody.
Well, I think that's where the price will go back down to where they don't have to worry about manufacturing a disc or cartridge. Everything is going to be. It is no middleman. They don't have to worry about retail cost. So everything will be all digital, and that's where the price will get brought. So it's like, hey, if you want that new Battlefront 3, it'll cost you $74.99. But if you want it digital, it'll cost you $60 or cost you $40, right? It'd be significantly cheaper.
Well, I mean, they have that now though, and it's not that, right?
Well, I don't think no, it's not. No, it's not cheaper because they don't want to piss off their retailers. So everything is the same price. So if it's $40, if it's $60 digitally, I mean physically, $60 digitally, same thing.
Well, yeah, but I mean, where would you have the price difference then?
Well, I'm saying at some point they're not going to care about pissing off the retailers.
Oh, because it's going to be shifting so much. Yeah,
it's going to be shifting so much that it's going to be like, all right, it's if you want to buy hard copy, physical copy, it'll cost you $75. I don't think, and we had this discussion before, I don't think we're going to be 100% digital. I don't think it'll ever be that.
Oh, I think it's. I mean, it may not be next generation, but.
No, I don't think it'll always. I don't think it'll be like. I don't think we'll get to a point where it's just always going to be digital. I think it'll be majority digital, and there'll be special editions. They'll still put out special editions.
I mean, well, you're gonna see special editions, but I bet because they're even doing that now with some of them, where it's like you get the special edition and it's a digital download card, yeah, which is
but I think. I mean, unless they just don't put an optical drive in the console.
Look at what they do with like every PlayStation and Xbox game, PS4 and Xbox One. You get the disc, but you have to download it to the hard drive for mainly for performance reasons. So like the disc is kind of just a middleman, and instead of downloading it from the internet, you're downloading it from a disc. Right, and then it installs on there. So they could remove the optical drive in that case and just have a big ass hard drive, or even they could do what they did with OnLive, if you remember that.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Which was basically just an Ethernet cord and an HDMI wire to your TV, and you would stream the games online. But I think that failed because it came out a little bit too soon, I think, and it didn't really work out that well. But I mean, I see that as the future. I could be wrong, but I see that where you just download everything, or you're playing it from a server online, and then you just download what you need straight to your screen, and then you're good to go.
I'm gonna hate that.
What?
I mean, listen, I understand everybody. You want to have all your games with you all the time. I mean, everything's gonna be the Switch.
Oh,
I think we're gonna have a 4K powerful. We're gonna have an 8K or 20K powerful Ultra HD Switch, and it's just gonna be a big hard drive. It's not gonna be any cards, any discs, no mini discs, nothing. It's just gonna be a hard drive. It's gonna. That's probably where we're going.
Yeah.
But I still, unless I still think they'll. And we talked about this in my final thoughts. I think they'll be like MacBooks, right? MacBooks. I don't have an optical drive, but I have an optical drive add-on, and I think they'll have sort of like an optical drive add-on to the Xbox Ultra and the PS7, right? Or the super duper Switch XL 4K edition,
right? and
right?
and Knuckles,
and Knuckles. So I think they'll add that on, and hey, if you want physical media, it will be an add-on for $79.99, and you have to get the special editions that come with physical media in a statue or something, right? So I think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll be 100% digital. It would probably be 90%. It would be close, but I don't think it'll ever be 100%.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, here's hoping. Viva la physical media.
And I'll still be the only person on Vita Island.
Yeah, well, that's a fact.
The island will probably sink, but
you're still floating on that plank.
I'm still floating.
So yeah, well, that about does it. Episode 96 in the books. Getting close to that special episode 100, folks. It's going to be a good one. It's coming in the new year, so look forward to that. You guys can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google Plus, and YouTube at Rated G for Gamers. You can always email us at ratedgforgamers@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. So please like, listen, subscribe, and as always,
keep gaming.
Nintendo. It's for breakfast now. Nintendo. It's a cereal. Wow. Nintendo. Super Mario Jump. Nintendo. In a fruit flavored crunch. Nintendo. Here's Zelda too. Nintendo. It's very good news. Nintendo. You just can't. Nintendo cereal system is a super part of this nutritious breakfast. Nintendo.